What do you get when you mix resin with an axolotl mould and a bit of imagination? You get Aqua, the elemental of water axolotl. She's beautiful, isn't she? If you want to see how she was made, keep watching. Welcome back to Highland Homemade Crafts. Love what we're doing today. It's my axolotl mould from Resin. I've not used it yet, but I've heard great things about it. So yeah, we're going to be doing that today. This is part of an axolotl collaboration. It's organised by Erica from, I think it's called Kishi Kitten Studios. Erica, I am so sorry if I'm getting that wrong. I do apologise, please forgive me. But yeah, this is part of a axolotl collaboration. Look how cute that little face is. I can't wait to do him. So this is going to be part 1 of 4. I'm going to be doing some elemental axolotls. So today I'm going to be doing one all about water and all what water represents, I hope. And I'm going to be doing also fire, earth and air. So let's get started, shall we? And now you have voice over me. Hi! So what I'm doing here is I'm just looking at the axolotl mould and I'm just figuring out what I want to do with it and what I can do to make it an elemental axolotl, what sort of things I want to put in it and what colours I want to use. I will be in a minute getting some glitters out. Here we go. And I don't really use all of this stuff that I'm getting out, but it's always good to have a few things out just to, you know, decide what you're going to do with it. So here we go. I'm just making up my resin. I'm using Apex resin today. I will link the resin down in the description. It is the only resin I'm using at the moment because it is a very good resin. So yeah, I'm just going to mix this up now. And just while I'm mixing this up, if you do enjoy this video, I would recommend going into the playlist down in my description and watching the other artists that are part of this collaboration. They are wonderful, wonderful people and they are very, very talented artists, and I would recommend going to see their videos. So here I'm just getting a few cups, other cups and things that I might need. I don't actually use all of those cups. Again, I'm just getting things sorted and making sure I've got enough of everything just in case I need it. Here I'm just getting some of my little eyes out to put in the axolotl's eyes. I love these. I love using these eyes. I really do. They just bring out a bit more character in the mould, and yeah, I just really love using them. Normally I use these for my froggy moulds, and they were a bit difficult to get into the axolotl's eyes because the axolotl's eyes are actually a lot smaller than the froggy's eyes that I usually use these for. But honestly, they look really nice inside there. But I do wish I chose a different colour because unfortunately they kind of disappear into the body because they're so blue, and the body ends up being quite blue as well. So here I am, I'm just putting some UV resin in the eyes so I can attach the glass eyes to the mould. If you are a beginner, I wouldn't recommend doing this sort of technique unless you've really practiced with it, because if you even budge that mould even just slightly, it can pop out quite easily and end up in your axolotl or your froggy's head. I am sorry about doing this off camera. It is quite difficult to do eyes when you do have a camera in front of you, but yeah, I needed to look up closely and make sure those eyes were going in properly. If you do want me to show you a demonstration on how to put these eyes in, give me a comment in the comment section, because I can show you a small tutorial on how to do that sort of thing. Yeah, so I've just speeded this up because well, it does take me a little while to get those eyes in. So there we go, those are the eyes in, and we're now ready to pour resin into the body of the axolotl. Now, I did make a mistake in choosing the colours, because I did decide I wanted to. I've got some flakes in some of those containers there, so I do put the flakes in, and next to me on the other side I do have my glittery alcohol inks, and I thought I chose the blue, but it turns out I chose the purple instead, because they're not really that clear, these ones. They are from Temu, so they can be a bit confusing when it comes to the colours. So there I am putting those flakes in. I did have a really good look at the bottles, but like I said, they were both blue, so I don't know why the purple bottle looks blue to me. I have got no idea about that. But I ended up pouring this resin into the spare mould I've got in the corner up there with some of the resin in already. So I poured that in there, and I tried finding one that was blue, and I managed to get the right one the second time, so we did get there in the end. Now, I was quite lucky here because even though I had to do this again, I did have enough resin to actually fill up the axolotl mould. Not all the way to the top, but most of the way to the top, to the point where it was nearly full. I am grateful that I actually made a little extra resin on top of the resin I've just used, by the one that I used with that mistaken blue-purple colour in it. So yeah, I'm really grateful I made that extra resin. So here I am just mixing in the flakes and the blue glittery inks, and I'm just spraying the axolotl there, just to make sure that no bubbles end up going in there. I did spray it quite a lot, maybe a bit too much, but I'm kind of glad I put that extra alcohol and isopropyl alcohol in there, so that I could put some into the axolotl's fins on the head, because that's where bubbles are going to probably accumulate more. So there's all that blue resin in with the flakes. Now after I've done this, I do go back and give those fins on the head a really good squeeze, because bubbles can accumulate in there and get trapped. So if you don't squeeze those out, you will get holes in the fins. In fact, some of the fins might even be missing because of those bubbles, so just give them a really good squeeze. And in a minute I will be giving the tail a squeeze as well, because in the tail at the top there are some details in there where bubbles can also accumulate, so giving everything a good squeeze is a good idea to release bubbles. And I'm just putting some the last of my resin into the cup again, and with this layer I am going to put some more glittery alcohol ink in, but I'm going to try and make it a little darker this time.
Once upon a time, an axolotl was born of sea and water. She is such a magical daughter. She has power to bend the waves. Her parents live in the humblest of caves. Her powers grow fast as the sun rises and sets. Her influence will last. Her heart is pure as the light. You should see her light. Her name is Aqua. She will never falter. Her element is water. She will never torment or torture. Her life is simple but powerful, but she is kind and cheerful. Her adult life is set. She shares no regrets. Aqua knows she has a duty. She allows others to tell her story. You won't see her unless she wants to be seen, but if you look carefully, you will see her tails gleam. Her name is Aqua. She will never falter.
So here I mixed in that same glittery ink, but I've also added a bit of like a really tiny bit of dark blue mica powder, just because those inks weren't making it quite dark enough, but I did want it transparent as well, so I only put a really small amount in, and that seems to have worked. So yeah, after that I do pour this in on top of that light blue layer. Now when I demolded this, it turned out that the dark blue actually took over and it did mix together with the light blue. If I did this differently, I would have probably done this in layers, but it still turned out really pretty, and other than that really, it turned out the way I wanted it to turn out.
She has a duty. She allows others to tell her story. You won't see her unless she wants to be seen, but if you look carefully, you will see her tails gleam.
Now after I put that in the mould, I had a really small amount of resin left, and it was just enough to do the legs. I do have some coloured shell in one of my boxes, so I decided I wanted some shell in the legs. Now again, I would have done this in layers so that the shell would have stayed in the legs, but saying that, with it going into the back, it actually turned out pretty nice along with the flakes, so happy accident, I guess. Now, when you're doing the legs, I would recommend doing it with a paper cup. I did struggle with doing it the way I did it because, well, the shell was just going everywhere and so was the resin. So, in my opinion, I would have probably done this a bit differently by using a paper cup. Just because then you can squeeze the end and it can just pour into the legs quite easily. Either that or, I don't know, just putting maybe a bit of resin into the legs and then putting some shell in. One of those options gotta be easier than the way I did it. So there I am, just adding a bit more resin. I'm scraping everything I've got out of that cup. And I'm just putting a bit more into those legs just to fill them up. Here I realised that some of that mistaken resin that I mixed was still in the cup, so I just scraped the last of that out into that spare mould I've got there. So that's the axolotl done now. So I've just got to wait for demould. I'm just cleaning up everything. So yeah, I'll see you at demould. Hi guys, welcome back. This is all set up and I'm really excited about it. It looks really cool. I did have a sneak peek. Now, I've not demoulded this before, so please bear with me just for a second. Oh, let's see. I think you've got to release these bits first, if I'm not mistaken. I'm just easing them out. Ow, 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 ow. There's a bit of overflow resin there. Ow! My poor thumb. Not a bit bendy. I think I tested it early and it felt cured, so it shouldn't be too bad. God, this is so hard. I don't want to break the tail off. Oh my goodness. Come on. I don't want to break my mould either. Let me see if I can release this bit a little bit and this bit, because if I release those bits I might be able to. I need to get this tail out. Oh, just the tip now. Come on. Oh, got ya. Okay, now is the tricky part, because these axolotls have these little tentacly bits at the front. I'm going to spend an hour demoulding this thing. Come on. Oh my god, I'm gonna tear those tentacles off. I hope I don't. But right. It might be a bit soft still. Oh. Wow. Oh no. Oh, that one is. That one's a bit soft. Wow, look at that. That is beautiful. That is stunning. I'm really happy with that. I didn't really want these going on the back, but now that I see it, I'm actually glad they did, because it looks brilliant. And there's no bubbles. I'm so glad about that. No bubbles at all. Oh, it's stunning. That is amazing, and I think that's a perfect representation of an elemental for water. Oh, look how sparkly he is. Can't stop looking at him, he's so cool. Now I've just got to figure out if I'm going to be doing any embellishments on him. I might do a little bit to him, but I don't think I'll be doing much. I think I quite like him the way he is. Oh wow. That is amazing. I love him so much. There's a bit of trimming to do at the bottom. But oh. I think I should have maybe done a different colour eye to blue because they've kind of blended into the body, but that doesn't matter. At least they've stayed where they're supposed to be. It's a bit sticky there. I'll have to put that under the light again. Oh, that is gorgeous. Right, I'm going to put you on pause for a minute and I'm going to figure out what I want to do with him. And yeah, I'll be right back. So yeah, I lost the footage. I'm really sorry about that. I don't know what I did with it, but it's not there. So all I really did was I got some fusion glue and I just stuck a load of rhinestones on the tail and part of the body. If you liked this video and you would like to see more, please hit that subscribe button. It is completely free, and hit the like and comment down below. It really does help my channel. It helps everybody's channels if you like any other people's channels, and yeah, it just gives us a boost. So this is the end of the video. There are some shots at the end. Like I said, I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Let's go into my Highland fells and look in my book of spells, creating wonders in my domain. The Resin is calling my name. Somewhere in my box of molds there's a beauty that will unfold, creating magic with this liquid gold, and I wonder what will demold. Let my head be